Hey, good morning, everybody. I figured I'd conclude, I guess, my review of the Spy Kids movies by reviewing the third one, Spy Kids 3 Game Over. And basically, the premise behind the third one is it deals with like Junie's character who since left the OSS, and he has to retrieve his sister Carmen, who was sent on a mission, into like a virtual reality game, to rescue her by the toy maker who has like this kind of game that controls the mind of kids. And Sylvester Stallone does a pretty good job, playing the part, even though I kind of feel like his character was underutilized, and I wish they would have kind of fleshed him out a bit more, even though his character has like a backstory with the grandfather character played by Ricardo Montalban, who returns, in this movie again in a bigger role. And of course, in the case of Spy Kids 3, I mean, the idea of being, trapped being to explore a virtual reality game in a video game was actually a pretty cool idea. However, it kind of felt like, I mean, at the time, I guess the effects were considered, uh, I guess, top of the line. But, looking at it now, almost 20 years later, the effects look gimmicky, especially the 3D. And, the running time was like a little too short. And, the characters of Gregorio and Ingrid, who had, you know, who actually played like a vital role to the story in the first two movies, are almost like reduced to like almost like brief cameos towards the end of uh, the movie. And quite honestly, I mean, the movie's not bad. But it kind of felt like, out of the three main stories involving Carmen and Junie's character, I kind of felt like the third one was kind of like the weakest and lost its charm a little bit for me. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, maybe others might think differently, but I kind of feel like had the movie been longer, maybe it could have fleshed out some of you know, the characters a little bit better, and better effects that might have held up, better, since there are certain effects, like say for example the space battle on Star Trek Nemesis. Even though that movie's 20 years old, it still looks like it was filmed, like it was yet like it could have been filmed like in by today's standards. And unfortunately, that's to me that's one of the detractors for the Spy Kids 3 movie. So that's my verdict, and anybody who's seen it can feel free to um, share their thoughts and opinions. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. Thanks again, everyone.